So now that you've looked at how to implement a routine in Mscript that copies a vector to another vector, let's look at how to write one that instead scales a vector. Now, I'm a strong believer in building on prior work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the file that has the function that does a copy. I go up here and I save that as LAFF_scal instead. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to change that routine into one that scales a vector by a scalar. So the first thing I'll do is I'll change what the function is going to do. And it's going to be called LAFF_scal. And then we'll add an alpha, that is the scalar by which we're going to scale vector x, and the output should be x out. Now I'm going to let you change the comments. And what we're going to do is simply walk through and change the routine to do something else, namely scale a vector. Let's delete extracting the size of vector y. So what we can actually say is if, let's see, we want to check that alpha is a scalar, and if it's not a scalar, which is where the tilde comes in, we can say is scalar of alpha. Then we return x out as the string failed. Similarly, we can check whether x is a row or column vector by simply saying if not is vector x, then again we have failed, and we return the scalar failed. Again, we're going to have a slightly different loop depending on whether x is a row vector or a column vector. So let's just erase what we have here and put up the skeleton of what we want. And notice that in the end you want to set your vector x out to the updated vector x. So at this point I'm going to pause. I'm going to let you fill in the loops that scale the vector x, and then I'll see you in the next video. If you want, you can use the script test scal right here to see whether or not your routine does the right thing.